Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 0. Oh, what a wonderful feeling it is to be a Liverpool fan right now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Yes, today's video is going to be the not so instant match reaction to Liverpool's big 2-0 victory last night at Anfield in the Champions League against an old enemy, an old foe, a team that we have failed to beat on a number of occasions down the years. Real Madrid, the Spanish giants, the La Liga champions, the current holders of this very competition, crumbled and fell apart at Anfield last night at the hands of this Arnie slot machine, which is continuing to march on, showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. And as I said at the top of the video, it's a wonderful feeling to be a Liverpool fan right now. Top of the Premier League, 8 points clear. Top of the Champions League, new league format with 5 wins out of 5. The Reds are pretty much through to the automatic qualification stages in which we will be placed straight into their knockout competitions. What a wonderful feeling. What an incredible feeling it is right now to not only be top of both the Champions League format and the Premier League, but to have beaten Real Madrid, finally beaten Real Madrid. Oh, it feels good indeed, doesn't it? It feels really, really good. And I don't want this feel-good factor to end at all, if ever. So fingers crossed, we can keep it going for a little while longer. We're going to get into the game anyway of last night. We're going to be talking about the individual performances. We're going to be talking about where this leaves Liverpool and what is obviously coming up on the horizon for the Reds. But without further ado, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comments section as well. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure will make for great and interesting reading down below. So please do get involved. Would love to hear from you all. Use and abuse that comment section, people, and talk to me on Liverpool Football Club right now as the Arnie slot machine continues to rumble on. Right, let's get into it. Liverpool are amazing. Liverpool are brilliant. Liverpool last night were dominant. Were dominant. There was only one moment Real Madrid had. One moment. And they fluffed their lines completely. Kylian Mbappe had an absolute stinker last night. He was terrible. He was awful. And his performance was captured perfectly in a missed penalty. Kieran Kelleher once again rising to the occasion, deputising for the injured Alisson, of course. Kelleher saved his second penalty in a number of days. He was brilliant. Mbappe, not so much. But the man of the match for me was, of course, Conor Bradley. The man of the match for me was, of course, Conor Bradley, who made Mbappe have an absolute stinger. He was unbelievable last night, this kid. And he proved that our right-back situation is in somewhat good hands. Regardless of what happens to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent, phenomenal player, taking nothing away from him. But it's so reassuring to have a deputising player as his understudy that is ready to step up to the occasion whenever needed. And Bradley last night did that to perfection. The tackle he made on Mbappe was immense. It was insane. It was top quality. And his performance otherwise was just top draw. He was brilliant. I think the only thing missing from his performance last night was a goal in which he was so close to getting because McAllister's ball into him was superb. And I don't think he really could have done much more with the header that was presented to him. So he was very unfortunate that Thibaut Courtois was equal to his header. But he was phenomenal last night. And look, for those Real Madrid fans or even those rival fans that are saying, oh, but this isn't the Real Madrid of old. Real Madrid are dealing with a lot of injury issues. That team last night was still a pretty star-studded quality team. I'm sorry, but it was. Still had some good quality players in there. You've still got arguably the most valuable player in the world in Kylian Mbappe. And we made them look ordinary. We made them look mediocre last night with our performance. It was quality from back to front. Kelleher You can't drop Kelleher when he's in this form. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Alisson's on his way back. He's still the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion. But when you've got a goalkeeper like Kelleher, who is deputising extremely well in his position right now, you've just got to wait until he has a poor game. You've just got to wait until he has a poor game to have at least an excuse of putting Alisson back into the fold. Kelleher is on a roll right now. He's got a lot of momentum behind him. I say we keep Kelleher in for the meantime. Bradley, like I mentioned, was top draw last night. Konate and Van Dijk were imperious yet again. They were so calm, so collected, so monstrous in the heart of that Liverpool defence that they were insane last night. The only downside is obviously Konate and Bradley's injury. We hope that there is nothing too serious behind it. Slot was talking after the game like there was nothing more serious to it. So fingers crossed, it's a knock, it's a bit of fatigue or whatever the case may be. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, because that was otherwise an overshadowing part of what was an incredible night of football for Arne Slot and his men. McAllister in the midfield controlled things beautifully. He was so crucial to everything that we did. Gravenberch with another monstrous performance as well. Curtis Jones defensively was solid, attacking wise, bit 50-50. Mo Salah had a quiet game, but you know what? Even despite his missed penalty, it's nice that we didn't need to rely on him much. A lot of people have been saying, oh, what about if Salah gets injured? What about if Salah does this? What about Salah does that? What about Salah drops off the boil? Do Liverpool go completely off the boil? Not necessarily, because he still had a few moments in the game, but we didn't need to rely on him for the goals. We didn't need to rely on him solely last night, which is nice to see, and I kind of like that in a way, because it does prove that we have other members of this team that are prepared to step up and be counted when it matters most. He had a quiet game, missed his penalty. It happens. I know it was actually mad that both Salah and Mbappe missed penalties last night. But you know what? I'm sure he'll be back on it, ready to face Manchester City on Sunday. Darwin Núñez had a couple of moments. I felt the yellow card kind of blunted his game a little bit in terms of what he could and couldn't do. We got that stupid yellow card early on. And then the likes of Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo, whichever one of them it is, it doesn't really matter, does it? They were both brilliant on the night. And of course, Gakpo scores the second goal of the night to really kill the game off. So I thought from back to front, it was a brilliant performance all round. The way we just neutralised Real Madrid in everything that they had, I think most of their XG came from the penalty. It was just one of those nights where everything clicked for Liverpool. We were just brilliant. And like I say, a lot of rival fans and a lot of Real Madrid fans are going to be there going, oh, well, we've not been brilliant this season. We've not been that good this season. We've got a lot of injuries. You still had a very good team, bruv. You still had a very good team that is capable of doing a lot more in the Champions League than you already have done so far. A couple of the teams that you've already faced this season should have easily been dispatched by your team. A team that last year was making it through the knockout stages by hook or by crook, by any means necessary, stepping up when it mattered most. And last night, you crumbled. You fell apart under the atmosphere and under the pressure that Liverpool were putting on you, both from the fan base and from a team's perspective. Liverpool were insane last night, loved every second of it, and the Arne Slot machine, say it once again, goes marching on. Liverpool were brilliant. McAllister's first goal was brilliant. The lovely give and go between him and Bradley, lovely finish as well. Darwin Núñez could have scored in the first half. Salah, like I said, missed the penalty. And then it all came to pass with Cody Gakpo. Brilliant header. Great cross from Andy Robertson, by the way. You know, I've given Robertson a bit of stick in recent weeks. That was a great cross. I want to see more of that, though. And especially if Tsimikas is out for a slight spell on the sidelines with injury. I want to see more of that. And just on the injury front as well, just while it pops into my head, yeah, they have had a few players that are injured, but we've also got a few players that are injured. Alisson wasn't there. We had outstanding goalkeeper. We had outstanding right back. For example, Tsimikas is injured. Jota our starting striker, in my personal opinion, wasn't there as well. And, you know, if you want to throw in Chiesa, why not? But no, of course. We've got a few injuries ourselves, so I'm not hearing any of this injury talk. That Real Madrid squad is still good enough to at least put up a much more, maybe not to necessarily win last night, but a much more fighting performance than what they actually did put in. And that's really the narrative of this. The narrative shouldn't necessarily be, oh, injuries cost Real Madrid, oh, Mbappe missed a penalty which cost Real Madrid. The narrative last night should be is that Liverpool beat a team that they have not been able to beat in a number of years. We have been knocked out of this competition on several occasions by this Real Madrid team. A couple of times in finals and a couple of times in, I believe, the quarterfinals and round of 16 stage. No matter what stage it has been at, we've always seemed to have found Real Madrid in this competition and we've been knocked out by them. Now, it's a little bit different because obviously the change in format allowed us to play Real Madrid at a much earlier time in the league stage format. So I 100% get that as well. But the narrative last night is that Liverpool broke the hoodoo that seemingly has been looming over them in the form of this Spanish giant, this absolute phenom in the Champions League, Real Madrid. We managed to finally beat them last night. And every single one of these players had obviously lost to Real Madrid in the past. A couple of years ago, they'd lost to them in the knockout stage of the Champions League. Some like Virgil van Dijk and obviously Mo Salah had obviously lost finals to this team. So we managed to break that hoodoo last night. That's the story. That's the narrative there. And the kind of mental boost that will give these players, the extra layer of confidence that will actually fall onto those players' shoulders will be immense. And I'm sure that they will take that going forward because this obviously has been a long time in the making. We've played poorly against Real Madrid and lost. We've played really, really well against Real Madrid and still somehow lost. And we've played a little bit in between as well and still lost to this incredible team. Last night, we were insane, we were immense, and we won. We dominated, we deserved to win. First off, you know, I think the only thing that you can say that's a downside to this whole thing, apart from the injuries which I mentioned earlier, is that we didn't score more goals. We probably could have scored more goals. We had a lot of chances too. We, of course, had the penalty miss, as I mentioned earlier. Nunez had a chance that was cleared off the line. I think there was another one that was heading goalwards if it hadn't been for a Real Madrid man guarding the, I want to say near post, but it could have just been the goal line in general. I can't remember now off the top of my head. But yeah, it was a brilliant night by the Reds, all things considered. A wonderful Champions League night at Anfield that captivated with obviously a big win, big 3 points. And that basically means now we're through, doesn't it? Like, top 8 pretty much should be secure now. There's obviously no seeded system, so there's no point in, like, maintaining first position if, obviously, we don't want to. I think we've got now 3 relatively favourable games, with all things considered. Nothing's ever a given in the Champions League, of course, so, you know, we shouldn't take it for granted, but at the same time, I think with another win, we just wrap it up completely. We're then qualified purely in the top 8, which is brilliant for us. And then, you know, we can throw away the last 2 games. We can rotate the squad. And obviously with some big games coming up over the festive and New Year period, we of course welcome that, because that would obviously give us time to rest a few key players and that. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's actually brilliant. If we can obviously do that, we are pretty much done and dusted as far as what that is concerned. So, to get it out of the way and done with is brilliant. And then on a Premier League level, look, we have to turn our attention very quickly to Sunday. Massive game against Manchester City. A huge opportunity to go 11 points clear of Pep Guardiola's side should we win. City aren't exactly in the best of form right now. We're rolling right now. We're absolutely steamrolling right now. The momentum is with us. The favourability is with us. Everything is going in our favour. We just need to make it count on Sunday. We just shouldn't show them any respect. We shouldn't show them any sort of leeway. or feel sorry for them in any sort of way, shape or form or capacity. We just need to go there, we need to smell blood, and we need to absolutely go for the kill from the first minute to the last. Lay down a real statement that this is not their year, this is our year. And you know what? I've said it before, I'll say it again. If we go there on Sunday and we win that game, I'm going to lay down the marker that we are going to win the Premier League this year. I know we've got some big games coming up. I know the festive period isn't exactly too kind to us. We've got the likes of Newcastle to play. We've got the likes of Everton and a Merseyside derby, of course, coming up in the very short couple of weeks that we have ahead of us. But I personally think that with the way that the confidence is brimming right now from this team, the way that the confidence is oozing from this team, add on to that a win against Real Madrid, a team that we have not beaten in a number of years. Yeah, it's all looking really good right now, and I'm just hoping that we can continue that feel-good factor going forward. Some of the players are playing really, really well right now. The system is working. The few tweaks that Arne Slot has made to make us more controlled, more measured, is just working to perfection. His game management as well is just perfect. It's just perfect the way that it's gone about now. And you want to know what the funniest thing is, just to end this? I still think that if we went on and we won the Premier League and we won the Champions League, and maybe you could throw in a domestic cup in there as well. Not that obviously it's a priority over the main and big two. But I still think if we did, Arne Slot would still be annoyed, still be frustrated that we still didn't beat Nottingham Forest. That is my personal take on it. Look, I'm joking, of course, but no, it's real good to be a Liverpool fan right now. Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 0. That's how it ended at Anfield last night. Couldn't be any happier right now with things on the pitch. Off the pitch, yeah, a little bit crazy, a little bit frustrating. But on the pitch, oh, it feels good to be a Liverpool fan, doesn't it? And long may that continue. And let's go into Sunday and let's absolutely step on the throats of that Manchester City team and not let up for an entire 90-minute game. Look, those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of the Liverpool game last night? What do you make of their victory over Real Madrid? What do you make of Real Madrid, by the way? And the insane, for all the wrong reasons, start to their season and their Champions League campaign. Look, I guess it's the Champions League, so I guess if they do make it into the knockout stages, I guess that's when they might wake up. They always have the opportunity to do so. That this competition is magic to them, and they're magic to it, I guess. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling about everything, about Liverpool, about Madrid, about the game, about Liverpool's start to the season, about 5 wins from 5, about being 8 points from the 8 points clear at the top of the league. Whatever a case may be, just let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down below in that comment section. I'm sure it'll make for great and interesting reading. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way out if you enjoy the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Thank you all for your either brand new or continued support to the channel and myself. It's very much appreciated. Thank you all so much. Love you guys very much. It is very much appreciated, as it always will be. I've been Fletch, this has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see and speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers guys, thanks everyone for watching, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, up the Reds, let's go into Sunday with a win, shall we? Nice.